What's up, my beautiful friends? Welcome to this video. This video is from a league race I did yesterday at Baku in Azerbaijan. Here you can see my final and fastest lap in qualifying. I put in a great banker lap that put me P1 already, but I still wanted to try and maybe squeeze out a few tenths more to secure pole position. I was currently in a party with Jack Hawkey, my teammate, the P2 driver here. We were discussing quite a few things, and I think he was my only real rival for this race. So yeah, I'm gonna leave you to watch the rest of this lap for yourself, and then I'll be back later.
Point to the castle. You got it, mate. You got it.
So yeah, as you guys can hear, Jack Hawkey messed up his lap, and I was up almost 4 tenths. So I have a great chance of getting this pole position, because I don't think anyone will beat me.
I knew I'd bottle it. I was 2 tenths up as well.
I'm up 4 tenths now, almost.
Oh yeah, you got it, mate. Smashed it.
As you can
I'm
hear
3.5
Jack
tenths
Hawkey
up.
say, I
Purple.
smashed it.
Can I get the last one? Not 3
Good
purples.
Unfortunately, I wasn't able
With
to get
37.2, it's a great.
the third
Great lap.
and final purple sector. My AI drove the rest of the lap,
The Red Bulls are so strong this year.
and this messed up my tires badly.
Yeah, he said he was 5 tenths up.
So I think I had 10% more on my tires than Jack had.
Let's see. Great strategy.
And these soft tires, they are so bad, like they will drop off after 6 laps. I was gonna do a one stop,
What lap do you want to put on? You aiming for?
soft medium,
God, where the hell is everyone else? What the fuck's going on?
and then just see from there. But I thought there were gonna be a few safety cars, so maybe I was going for the two stop, soft medium
It's a
medium,
short run.
or soft medium soft at the end.
Yeah, very short one. If I'm not
As
already
we
like
form up
over there,
for the
like
race,
pushing you at the start, I'm just gonna let you go through.
usually my
I
starts
already
are
know for the
pretty
first
bad,
lap's no point.
and
I
Jack
wanna
beats me because he
get
is
far
on
away from this Ferrari and
controller.
everything.
Yeah.
Controller has a small advantage.
Right, good luck,
I
mate.
tried
You
something
got
new with the
this.
starts. And well, here you can see if it works out or not. As we get a great launch, and we secure P1.
What the f? You're joking me. You are joking me. Bro, I'm out.
As
What
Jack
happened?
Hawkey
Fucking Ferrari. Cut
gets
it.
taken out
Fuck.
instantly behind me. He practiced a lot for this race, so I felt so bad for him.
What happened, mate?
As we're already on our first virtual safety car.
De man heeft heel de week getraind. Echt hard geoefend. En dan dit.
As you can hear me say that the man has practiced this whole week.
Sucks, man.
I think he may have put in 10 plus hours for this race and then it to be over before the first corner. It's just really bad. You don't want to wish that up on anyone. As I go a bit wide. But I'm still good. I only got Shane behind me, who I need to worry about, but I don't think he will place an attack already.
Het is echt sneu. Eerst echt sneu.
As this will be one of the first real laps you're gonna see, where I just try and keep it clean, don't get any damage. You can see me already putting a gap to Varda, me and Shane, so we're pretty safe. My natural pace was great around this lap, around this track, so I felt really confident. My tires need to warm up a bit, but after that I think I would have been able to pull away from everybody. As I'm just struggling a little bit with the tires at this moment. Because we just drove around past the safety car, or past the virtual safety car. And that made the tires cool down a lot. As we're coming up to one of the most difficult corners of this track. This one you can take all the curbs, but I just thought my pace was so good around here that I thought just don't touch the curb, don't take the risks, and trust your natural pace. Because if I did that, I was only gonna be able to mess up actually, because I was so strong already on this track that it wouldn't have any big impact for me. And I would have been able to get out of the DRS from Shane. So I thought, why should I do it? As we're going up to lap 3 now, where the inevitable happened, the safety car. This was calculated, so I was still pretty calm about it. I was gonna pit in lap 6, I think. But at this moment, I didn't know what was coming for me, so I was just going into the pits. I'm changing my tires now, just to get it over with. You can go on a one stop, where you pit in lap 6 or 7 and then go all the way to the end. And I thought if I go now, it's, well, lap 3, lap 4, and we're gonna be driving behind the safety car, then I might be able to manage it as well. So at this moment I still had the one stop in my mind. As we're coming up to lap 5, the safety car restart. I thought, well, I think Smithy is pretty fast. So I just had to be close to him at this safety car restart. Because I thought he might be able to pull a gap, but as you can see, I had a decent reaction time. And I was just really close to him, and I was under no threat from behind. So at this moment I was pretty calm about it. Checked to see if Shane was gonna try anything, but he relaxed a bit as well. I think he also knew that if he tried something now and would go out, it would just suck. As we go to the end of the lap, because nothing really happened there. We're coming up to the main straight. I thought if I wanted the greatest chance of winning, then I needed to pass T Smithy as soon as I could. And I thought this straight would be the perfect opportunity for me. As you can see, he isn't deploying any ERS. After the race, he said he was letting me pass. I touched his wheel a bit there, but I don't think any of us really had major damage from that, or any damage at all. And from this moment on, I just needed to pull a gap as soon as I possibly could. And just get out of this space, and mainly just try and go away from T Smithy before Shane can pass him, because I know Shane was able to follow my pace. So I was just going to try and pull out of Shane's DRS. As you can see, in lap 8, a few laps later, we pulled a 3-second gap to Shane because he was held by T Smithy.
Full send. Ah, nee. Dat is nog niet nodig.
At this moment, my dad said full send.
Uitlopen, zorg dat ik voorblijf.
And I was just telling him in the stream that I just needed to calm down, to stay safe, and to don't get any damage, because that would ruin my race, of course. As we get the second safety car.
Fuck!
I wasn't happy with it at all, because my pace was just going great, and I was just
Nee, gelukkig mag de safety
getting
car wel
fast.
rijden zometeen.
But yeah, here we go to the safety car restart, where luckily for me I was leading the race. I was still trying to manage to warm up my tires, because yeah, you really need to have warm tires, as you could see at the last lap. It was really difficult to warm up my tires anyway on this track, so I thought I'd just do it at the end and then get my tires at the exact same temperature as I would have gotten if I was warming up my tires for the entire lap. Here you can see I have decent pace, and at this corner I just brake great, and I felt like my tires were at the exact right temperature for me. As you can see me pull a gap from about 8 tenths already to Shane. In the caster section I didn't really take any risks
Oh,
except for this time. You can see my
een
reaction
beetje om de hartslag omhoog te gooien natuurlijk hè.
as I told the viewers I was just trying to raise my heart beat a bit to get a bit of blood pumping, because otherwise it would have been a boring race anyway, right? As we didn't quite manage to pull a great gap to Shane, but it was big enough for me that he wouldn't try and overtake me again. But then after this, nothing happened really. As I fast forward a bit to lap 13, Shane was still behind me, El Prentice was still close, so these guys were able to follow me, and I was just cruising at this moment. No real difficulties for me so far in this race, except for the one time that I need to pass Smithy. And then safety car number 3 happened. The maximum safety cars you can get is 5. I asked the guys in the league to maybe put it on reduced, so we didn't get any like, so we didn't get 5 safety cars each race, because that just isn't racing. As I tried to fake Shane out, but he still managed to get a decent follow. As he was still really close, because my restart wasn't the best. I just did everything I could to stay in front here, because I saw that he was pretty close. But up until this moment, nothing happened really. As you can see, my tires were pretty good warmed up, except from that point
Verloor hem daar bijna.
where I almost lost it in the wall. And then here, this is just a safe spot. Don't take any risks if you don't need to, because that could mean the end of the race for you at any moment. As we fast forward to lap 19, I pulled a small gap because
Fucking hell, man!
Shane got damaged, and as you can hear me, I wasn't happy with it at all, because it was just going right for me.
Oké, ik weet niet of er mensen in de party zitten of in de stream zitten die iets begrijpen, maar moet ik nu naar softs gaan?
At this moment I was asking my
Of zal ik gewoon
chat
de race blijven leiden?
if I should change to soft tires
De
or if
banden
I
zijn nu
should just
36 rechtsachter.
stick on the mediums and lead the race,
Ik
because
haal het wel met deze banden.
For me,
Maar ik ben bang dat als ik wel stop en als zij allemaal naar de soft
for
gaan,
me,
dan
it's
is het gewoon
so
dood.
much easier to lead the race and to lead the restart than to get into the
Ja, soft.
carnage and get possibly
Oké, we
overtaken
gaan even
by
draaien.
someone. As
Ze zijn
Hilly
wel
told
used
me
soft, zie ik. Dan nog steeds?
to change to the softs,
Ja, waarschijnlijk 1 ronde in quali.
and at this moment I just decided together with Hilly to switch to the softs because he thought everyone was going to pit.
Ik kan ook naar nieuwe mediums.
And I myself thought this would be the best option as well.
Ik moet het nu weten, man. Oké, soft.
As we made the call to go to the softs, and let's see if everybody follows us. It looks like everyone is following us except for Vemu, as I get held just a little bit at in the pits, but not enough for someone
Ja,
to
4%.
pass me.
Kijk, dat is helemaal prima.
As you can see, there are new tires. Yeah, I only needed to pass Vemu and he was on 5 lap old mediums. So here we go to the restart now. This was going to be, yeah, for the last 5 laps. So I thought just be careful here. Don't take any risks. And you can pass the guys, or you can pass him if you need to in the following laps. As I get caught off guard a bit and El Prentice manages to pass me. As I just said, I wasn't taking any risks, so I was trying to defend here. And then I'll let this just play.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so that happened. Thibaut pushed Electric Blade into me.
Altijd, bro. Altijd. Zelfde plek. Vorige keer.
Where I get extra upset because last season the exact same happened to me. I was going great, and then one of the last laps I got taken out by somebody in the same corner. So I was just fuming at this point, and I didn't know what to do. Where you can see Thibaut, he broke his wing. Not in the crash, in the incident with me, but on himself, like by himself. And then in this lap, sorry, in this lap we managed to close in on Thibaut because he had no wing, and I had 36%, I think, damage. So here I was trying to get a bit closer and just get a cheeky overtake down on the track to be in front of him to go into the pits. As you can see on the top left, August Reflux pitted as well, so I think he maybe got damage in that lap. Yeah, this was just super frustrating for me because it was going so well. I think I had the pace to win this one pretty easily. And then for this to happen, it just sucked because it was out of my control. If I crashed on myself, like by myself, then sure I can live with it because it's my own fault. But if it's someone else who's doing it, then it just hurts so much. And here I just try to get my head down, focus, maybe get the fastest lap in one of the next laps to secure it at one point. I still had I had the fastest lap, but I was
Weet dat, ja, het is
trying to
inderdaad heel
get
erg
the new
balen.
one.
Weet dat, ik neem geen risico, hè. Zeg maar, ik heb gewoon een prima restart. Oké, ik word ingehaald, weet je, dat is zuur. Ik verdedig aan de binnenkant. En de man retired ook nog.
As we get a blessing from God, we get another safety car. If I was at the front, I would be absolutely
De kans om
fuming
te
again.
redeemen.
But at this moment, it was the best thing that could happen to me. And as you can see, at the end of lap 25, I managed to close up, to close the gap and to get to the rest of the pack for the final lap and for the final restart, because we only had one lap left, so it was going to be all or nothing. I did a few, or I did a full push lap to get to the pack, so to the other guys. So my tires were in a pretty good shape. And here I saw a gap in the middle, and then Steve just blocked me. I thought about going into the inside here, but I chose not to do it. And then for this lap, I had to find the gap anywhere possible. But up until this point, no luck for me. I knew I was faster than these guys in front of me, so that was, I was getting pretty mad about that, but I couldn't try and pass someone if it wasn't a decent opportunity, because then I could ruin both of our races. I thought about maybe going into the inside of him at that one, but it would just be a suicide. And then here I needed to push him around this castle section. And then here I think about maybe going past the outside, because I had a bit more pace. I tried to brake, but then he squeezed me into the wall.
I was braking as hard as I could.
Yeah.
You knew I was there. I mean, okay.
So I was trying my best to not get him, to not touch him. And then here I just lost all concentration. I even hit the wall there. The guy in front of me spun. So at this moment I was P4, fastest lap. So it could have been worse. It could have been worse for sure. But this just had to be a win.
I will get seconds for that?
As I was asking the other guys if I would get seconds for the incident with Dan Hilton.
I'm gonna send him a message.
And then yeah, that was about the end of the race. Here you can see the results.
Nog steeds P4.
So El Prentice and Shane. Shane got his second place, I think. Vemu, he's not from EU4. I get fourth with the fastest lap. So yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys next time, guys. Peace.